Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a warm welcome to you wherever you are in the world from W.O.R.K.S World. I'm Roger Cheetham, founder of the Live the Life You Deserve programme, author of the forthcoming book of the same title, and now host of the live show also sharing the same name. This week it's an honour and a privilege for me to introduce a young lady to you who was originally the youngest member of staff for British Midland. She also went on to qualify as a shaman in the Amazon and now uses her business Radiance and Relaxation to fund her newly founded charity Young Lives Thrive. It's my honour and privilege to welcome a great, genuine friend to you today, Terry Marie Williamson. So Terry, in a couple of sentences, if you'd like to tell our audience a little bit about you, please.
Hello, Roger. Thank you for inviting me on your programme. I feel honoured and privileged to be here. If you wanted me to answer the question about a couple of sentences about me, a lot of people call me the Purple Lady, the shaman woman, but I would describe myself as just motivational, inspirational, and I just want to share my wisdom and love with the world, really. We just want to empower people to believe in their own ability to help and heal themselves, like I did.
Wow, that's about all I can say to that. Wow, just in summary. So, Terry, you did mention that you use Radiance and Relaxation, which is your business, which is purely not a business plug, but it is there to fund your charity, Young Lives Thrive. Would you like to tell us a little bit about Young Lives Thrive, please? Who your target audience is, what it is you're aiming to do, and how, etc.?
Absolutely, it'd be a privilege. I set up Radiance and Relaxation nearly 5 years ago now, and we run relaxation groups for severely depressed and terminally ill patients through the NHS. And we found that there was a huge gap in the market for young people. And that's where the idea of Young Lives Thrive came about, which was we realised that the young people of Rotherham, South Yorkshire and the UK, there wasn't being offered a great deal of empowerment, motivation, love, support, you know, things such as yoga and Tai Chi. And anyway, we have been running free relaxation groups through Rush House and a few other local charities, and we realised that the young people really took to the empowerment and the motivation and the relaxation. So then we thought, okay, we need to get some more funding in so we can offer these groups to empower people. We do things like reminding people of how powerful they are by showing them how to hypnotize themselves and relax themselves, and using NLP to change the state of the mind. And, you know, a meditation technique, which is what saved my life, was just going inside. So we do stress relieving techniques and things like that the young people, especially of Rotherham and Sheffield, really took to. So that's kind of his journey. We're looking at all sorts of forms of funding and grants and things like that, so we can give it back to our next generation that really deserve our love and help and support. It's kind of where Young Lives Thrive came from, Roger.
Excellent. So in the introduction to you today, Terry, I actually mentioned to our audience that you were the youngest ever cabin crew to fly with British Midland.
Yeah. Do you know what?
I know one or two people, the things you've mentioned, sort of meditation and so that kind of thing, you know, one or two people may consider it a little bit woo-woo, a little bit out there for them, and I'm sure you've heard that plenty of times before.
Every day.
But I just thought it was a great story there from what I've heard you tell before about how visualization actually worked for you with relation to your British Midlands position. If you'd like to just briefly share that for us, please, Terry.
Roger, I would absolutely love to. I remember being told that you're from a coal mining village and, you know, don't aim too high. And so what I did was I borrowed my sister's Cosmopolitan magazine, and I pulled out a picture of a woman that was so beautiful wearing the British Midland uniform. I was 14 at the time. And what I did, which I didn't realise I was doing, was obviously the picture I kept under my pillow. And every night before I went to sleep, I imagined myself wearing that exact uniform. And I remember saying to people and family, oh, I'm going to be cabin crew, I'm going to be. And I just think people just didn't want me to be let down. So the idea was I imagined myself, like you said, Georgia, visualized myself, you know, living and breathing that lifestyle. And 4 years to that day, that specific day, I was wearing that uniform. And I did my training. I mean, back in the days with flying, you had to be 19 to fly, and I was only 18 at the time. Yeah, so visualization, positivity, and understanding and connecting with your own power that some people call woo-woo. I call it meditation, relaxation, and connecting with that power we have inside his heart. So yeah, I can truly, honestly say that I'm living, breathing proof that this stuff works. So yeah, what do you think to that?
As I say, I have heard that story before. I just thought, you know, I would have felt selfish keeping that to myself. So I just thought it was a great opportunity, a bit of a icebreaker there for our audience to get to know you a little bit today, Terry.
Oh, thank you.
So we mentioned the story earlier on the program, the Live the Life You Deserve, and the life within that is actually an acronym with the L standing for legacy. So maybe you could just give us a minute or two on what legacy means to you, because obviously legacy is different things to different people. What does it mean to you, and what is it that you're wanting to leave behind to make a difference to this world when we're no longer of it?
Wow. Roger, you should be so such a pleasure and honour to even be talking about it. Thank you. Legacy means so many things to so many different people. But for me, being a Doncaster girl, being born and bred in Doncaster, I've always had a weird woo-woo affiliation with Rotherham. So for some reason, I just keep being drawn back to Rotherham and South Yorkshire. So what we were looking at doing is our legacy is about empowering people and kind of leaving a legacy of love, peace, calmness. We know that there's so many people running around stuck in a cycle of insanity and drama. And, you know, I can say hand on heart, I've been there myself. And I use the tools and techniques, the hypnosis, the NLP, the meditation, yoga, Tai Chi, the things that we do to get me out of my own anxiety and things. So that's the legacy that we're looking at leaving. Setting up healing centres, community spaces for all ages. So everybody can come together and empower one another. Because I think that's what it's about. We need to get that community spirit back and, you know, believe in each other instead of putting each other down and judging each other. We need to empower each other and show a bit of kindness and compassion. So our legacy would be just that, Roger. We'd be looking at building healing centres, community spaces all over the world. That would be our legacy.
Okay, which brings us nicely on to the I, which is independence. So maybe you'd like to talk to us just for a minute or two about what independence has meant to you within your own life, Terry, and also what you want to do in terms of independence with regards to the Young Lives Thrive charity.
Absolutely. Independence for me, personally, because obviously I can only ever give you my opinion. It's kind of about having that motivation and power and knowing that inner power, that inner strength, that, you know, the independence is being that tower of strength. And in terms of Young Lives Thrive, we want to be able to allow people to become independent from external forces. So we're looking at independence as a way of turning people back into their own power, which we believe sits within the central channel of the heart, the Sea of Chi. So, you know, we can do that through all sorts of different things, you know, things such as yoga, Tai Chi, meditation, switching off, but also independence from, you know, craziness and insanity, and, you know, turning as love and kindness back within a self and being independent from needing anything. So I hope that answers your question, Roger.
It really does, yeah. So moving on to the F then, which is a bit of a cheat. It's fresh hyphen starts, but you know you can't miss the use of a good hyphen now and again, can you? So fresh start. I mean, obviously, you know, as we've talked about, you've gone from sort of British Midlands cabin crew to qualified shaman in the Amazon to Reiki healer and yoga therapist and all sorts at the moment. What would you say your biggest fresh start was, and what was your motivation for that fresh start, Terry?
Wow, great question, Roger. I'm going to get comfy for this one. Motivation for a fresh start would come from, again, I'm going to turn it back to meditation, turning it back within, realizing his own power. And the biggest fresh start, I would say, there's been none. Because we have to, for me, we have to reinvent ourselves, and we have the opportunity to do that every day. So we have an opportunity to be so powerful every day that as fresh start can be every day. So for me personally, I would say going to Amazon rainforest and, you know, staying with a tribe and seeing people cured miraculously from incurable diseases with my own eyes. That for me was the biggest fresh start I could ever wish to see with my own eyes, because we forget that it's what we put inside the cells. And I think the fresh start for everybody else would be to kind of just take a bit of time, you know, because I think we're so busy in life, we get so busy. The fresh start could come from just feeling refreshed, from just taking a few minutes, just switching off now and just letting go of all that material stuff that actually doesn't bring us any happiness whatsoever. And my kind of thing I always say is, you can't go to Aldi and buy happiness, you know, it's within you. So that's kind of the fresh start that we're looking at giving everybody, to, you know, allowing them to realize that they already have happiness and everything they can wish for inside.
Right, I think that's given us a great insight there into yourself and your beliefs and everything. Still staying with the subject of a fresh start, how do you see the fresh start would be that you're wanting to give the young homeless and vulnerable people of the Young Lives Thrive charity?
Again, great question. The young people, we believe, not such believe, we know that they deserve a fresh start. They deserve an opportunity. And I feel that because they're only being offered services such as alcohol and drug treatment and sex education, we believe that the huge gap in the market is empowerment, motivation, job skills, things like that. So the fresh start that we wanted to give the young people was allowing them to know that there's somebody out there and there's a company out there and there's people out there, because I've got an amazing team of people, it's not just me, that can actually guide and support and mentor and advise these young people to their own fresh start. So we've got people with business backgrounds that can help them set up companies and community groups, and, you know, train them in everything from massage to Reiki to, you know, hypnotherapy and NLP. So that's what we wanted to give the young people, a fresh start in trusting people again. Because I think they feel like they've had a lot of letdowns and knockdowns. And we want to be able to be the people that build them back up. and give them that positive empowerment to change their own life and make their own fresh start.
I think it's fair to say that the kind of people that you're helping, it's empathy that we need to be sharing with them rather than sympathy. How do you see that running through what it is you're wanting to give, Terry?
Roger, I'm so glad you said that. There's a huge difference between empathy and sympathy. Empathy for us is about putting ourselves in the shoes of the people. And as well, you know, I have a great belief that empathy, I'll put my teeth in, is the kind of bud of compassion, you know. Empathy for us is a great power because we've all, you know, I don't want to speak for yourself, Roger, but I know me and my beautiful team, my family, if you like, because we're all family, have got great empathy because we've all been in the shoes of being anxious, depressed, suicidal, fed up, in that cycle of insanity. You know, we've all been there, so we can put ourselves in the shoes of the young people because we've all been there. So yeah, that empathy for us is the bud of compassion. So giving that compassion through the eyes and knowing that we, you know, care.
And I'm sure that really does mean a lot to the people you're helping.
Yeah. Hopefully, Roger, they realise that there are people out there that do care. There's so many of us, and we forget, don't we? That, you know, if we just come together, there's so many community groups that are out there wanting to help. We're kind of saying, please get in contact with us. We really want to be able to create some sort of consortium that can just empower these young people. They deserve us help and they need us.
I know when the actual Live the Life You Deserve program was put together, I've been asked, you know, why is it the life you deserve and not the life you desire or the life of your dreams or something like that. But yeah, I think a lot of it is all about the mindset of people actually believing that they do deserve that life. And I'm sure the young people that you're helping that are off to a, you know, not the best of starts in life, there's actually moments where they feel that they don't deserve that. So if I was to ask you, if you know, what is the life that they deserve, how do you see that, please?
Roger, I have a great belief that, you know, everybody deserves to feel secure, happy, content, prosperous, abundant. You know, as radiance and relaxation, as young lives thrive, whoever we stand and choose to be the character of, we know that deep in everybody's heart, everyone deserves peace of mind, happiness, compassion, kindness, support. You know, and sometimes we forget there's ever such a lot of help out there, and you know, we kind of figured that living the life that, you know, we all deserve to live the best possible versions of ourselves. But because we get stuck in that cycle of insanity and drama, we forget how powerful we are. So it's kind of, we're saying today that, you know, everybody deserves love, compassion, peace of mind, relaxation, calmness. Everyone deserves it. We truly believe that. Roger, I think I've lost you. Ah! I'm missing you already. no, what's happened? Oh no. No. Don't you just love it?